After watching The Office, people ask me, what's your favorite season? And I thought I'd answer this question once and for all with this video. So let's get right into the rankings. Okay, this is probably the least controversial opinion on this entire list, but coming in at number 9 is season 9. It's unbearable this season. You know, you got Philip and Clark. I think they came in last season, but they began to become more main characters, and they're just not good. You've got Pam, who almost breaks up with Jim, almost has a divorce, which was just, this Office is all about cringe, but this was just not good cringe. And then you have just horrible episodes, and I guess the last episode was pretty good, but other than that, the season was pretty horrible overall. I would not recommend to watch it unless you're watching it for the first time. Definitely not rewatchable. And the only part I can picture from my mind from this season is Michael coming back. And I don't like how everyone had a good ending at the end of the season, or the series. That felt kind of forced. But let's move on to number 8. Coming in at number 8 is season 8. This season, in its not very goodness, if you will, can be summed up in 2 words. Robert California. This character, oh my god. This character ruined every single episode he was in. I guess he was interesting for the first maybe 2 episodes he's been in, because we haven't seen a character like him before. But when he stripped down naked in the pool or whatever, and a lot of sexual jokes that just, come on, guys, not very good. And I guess season 9 had more iconic episodes, but was worse overall, and that's why season 8 barely gets by. And yeah, that's basically all I have to say. And the new characters in this season were just didn't hit the mark. Without Michael, this season just couldn't be good, I guess is the right word. Couldn't reach his potential, and that's why it's so low on this list. Coming in at number 7 is season 7. I swear this pattern will not continue for the rest of this video. But this is the first season that we've seen so far on this list that I would recommend to anybody who watches TV. It's good, solid television that I'd watch any day of the week. There's classic episodes in here like Wolf.com, Goodbye Michael, Dwight K. Schrute, acting manager. And this season is very good. It's just the final couple episodes just hold it back. Like Donovan, or whatever Will Ferrell's name is in this show, is just a horrible character. Like, he's sexist. Like, I get where they were trying to go for there, but just come on, guys. But Goodbye Michael and Threat Level Midnight, maybe on my top 10 Office episodes ever. Threat Level Midnight, so good. But the part where Goodbye Michael, it's just the season should have ended on Goodbye Michael instead of adding, or they should have began the new season with the new Will Ferrell as the manager and then started from there, but because of that, it's pretty low on this list. Coming in at number 6 is season 1, a fan favorite of many, but okay, here's the thing. I just don't think it can go against these 20 or 15 to 25 episode seasons when it only has 6. If we're talking episode or good episode to episodes comparison, this is the best season by far. I mean, 2 classic episodes in a 6 episode season. But here's the thing. I just don't think it can be high enough. Like, Basketball and Diversity Day are just amazing episodes. And the pilot's also great, but when you compare it against the 22 episode season, who has more classics, better acting, it's just,
it just doesn't hold a candle to the other seasons. If this was a season, or if this was a list of the Office episode, or the Office seasons with the most iconic episodes, season 1 would be up there. But since it's not that list, it has to be number 6. Jim and Pam are amazing. Dwight's just terrific. The only part I don't exactly love about this season is Michael doesn't care about anybody, and Ryan is cold and doesn't care about anybody else as well, which I guess is kind of the point of him, but I just don't really like it. Next, let's move on to number 5.
Coming in at number 5 is season 6. Season 6 has some great episodes, but it's the first season where it kind of drives away from the comedy that they went for the first 5 seasons. So in this season, there was some ridiculous stuff like Michael dating Pam's mom and other things like that are just ridiculous. So they keep adding more ridiculous characters and less normal characters, which is trying to defeating the purpose of the show, if you will. But Niagara really just... I don't want to call season 6 a 1-episode show because it has Koi Pond, Double Date, and many other things, but Niagara is just so good. Like, Niagara 2, I would put maybe in my top 10 favorite episodes ever, and that's why it's number 5, on this list. Coming in at number 4 is season 3. Season 3, it's awesome. I think it's the first season so far on this list that I would say is just, I could watch it 1,000 times over. But season 3, there's not many just pow moments, like in almost every other season except maybe 8 and 1 maybe, but the Jello part is also classic. There's not really any moments that make you go, this is why I love this show, But I like the, where does Jim go again? I forget. But I like how Jim's away meets Karen, and it builds some tension between Pam and Jim, with Karen there. And Gay Witch Hunt is a strange episode. I'm not a huge fan of it, but it's okay. I can see why some people would like it. But the reason this season is really high is Andy. I know everyone hates him, but that's what makes it better, is because he's the first villain. I mean, Michael was kind of a villain in season 1, but oh boy, Andy you hate his guts. And that's why he was one of my favorite characters, is because he's so good at what he's supposed to be. And I love the Rockin' Robin part. And, yeah, that's why this season is pretty high up on this list. Coming into the bronze medal, 3rd place, is going to be season 5. Season 5 was an excellent season. It had all the things you want in The Office, like funny episodes with weight loss 1 and 2. Those episodes were classic with Big Mike. But the real big part of this season was Holly and Michael. But they were just pulled apart too soon for me to actually... Well, I could tell they were perfect together, but I didn't care about them enough when Holly got moved. So that's why it kind of holds this season back. But it had 28 episodes, which is, I think, tied for the most. And every episode was really good. I don't really like the 2-part format, but I don't know, I guess that's what they were going for. Andy's affair was just, like, I don't want to say awesome, because clearly it wasn't awesome, but the cringe and the everyone knows except Andy, that just, you could cut that tension with a knife. And then the reveal was good with
Michael telling Andy in his car. But the fight between Dwight and Andy was just like, what? I didn't really like it that much. When I guess it was funny, I laughed, but it wasn't really it wasn't as really memorable as it should have been. Stress Relief, obviously a classic episode. And Company Picnic. This is one of my favorite episodes ever, with Dwight trying to buy time for Pam to get back because she's the all-star volleyball player, and then Jim learning that she's pregnant and then telling Dwight to just call off the match. That's a classic final episode. That's why it's number 3 on this list. Coming in at number 2, the silver medal is Season 4. Season 4 is unbelievably good television. From Pam and Jim getting together, which is just awesome, to Money, one of my favorite episodes ever, with the night on the Schrute Farms. But the 40-minute long episodes in the beginning, they just come on. I know they were with the TV deals trying to fill a slot on the telly, but I don't know, they kind of dragged on. But Dinner Party, oh my god, Dinner Party, what a good episode. There's so many storylines in that one episode. Jim trying to get out of the dinner, but Pam trying to make him stay. Dwight trying to impress Angela, but not at the same time. Andy trying to just be a normal guy, and Michael trying to throw a normal dinner party, but Jan kind of ruining it. Not to call the season a one episode show, because all the episodes in the season are great, including Launch Party. I love that episode. But Dinner Party is number 1 on a lot of people's lists, and it's a classic. Like, when you think of classics, you think of that. Also, Did I Stutter and Goodbye Toby are also amazing episodes. There wasn't that many episodes. I think it's the least next to season 1, but I love it, and that's why it's number 2 on this list. Coming in at number 1, Season 2. Season 2 is everything you want in The Office and is the best season of TV I've ever seen in my entire life. Every single episode is a classic episode. Every single episode has a line or a moment that you remember when you think about The Office. Let's just look at some of these episodes. The injury. I stepped on my George Foreman grill. Boys and Girls. Classic episode. Booze Cruise. When Roy I'm not really sure what it was. Schedules the wedding, I guess. Dwight manning the boat down there. Season 2 is so good that it's just amazing TV. I mean, there's some characters that, if they were there, would have made it a bit better, like maybe Aaron, if Aaron was there, and Andy. But other than that, it's great. Ryan, his character's evolving, and Kelly as well. Dwight just being an idiot as always, and Jim and Pam kissing on casino night, which is great. Kevin saying he's really good at poker, which could be a little Easter egg leaning to the fact that he might be stealing money from Dunder Mifflin. I know I just mentioned it, but Jim and Pam kissing at the end of the episode, it's so good that you come into season 3 just wanting so much more, and then it kind of gives you a slap in the face with Jim being gone. And that's my list, so bye.